listening to the Reformation Network, by Faith Broadcasting. No religion allowed here, just grace and truth. I want to show you the difference, because many people don't know there is a difference between grace and mercy. You asked most Christians what the difference is, and they really are not going to be able to give you. And I find that shocking. And I don't blame them. I blame churches. I blame preachers and teachers for not. And you know what's probably true? Ironic, crazy. Maybe they don't even know the difference between grace and mercy. Years and years ago, when it was taught to me, I'm like, what? Where's these people at? Where's these preachers and teachers? What are they studying? What are they giving us? You know, and it's like, I guess I've got to figure all this out myself. You know, I can't rely on them. Most of what they've taught me has been wrong, to be honest. But I want to give you true biblical difference. Make it plain and simple. As we studied before, I've already done a video on grace defined. It's unmerited favor. Grace means this: God gives you what you do not deserve. I mean, we as little kids know this. Remember your childhood, folks. You were the bad kid. You were the bad egg. You did bad things periodically, but you still got gifts under the tree at Christmas. Oh, they try to use the Santa Claus thing, you know, bad boys, bad girls don't get gifts, you know. But our parents always gave us the gifts, no matter what, unless you had real strict parents, and maybe some of us did. But I know what grace was a lot of times. My parents showed me grace. Things I deserved to be grounded, and there were times that they didn't. They showed me grace. It's giving me what I don't deserve. Now, when we take grace to the realm of God, God looks down upon you and me, and come on, let's be honest. Look at the stuff we've done. Look at the screw-ups. I mean, we deserve some heavy-duty punishment. And you know what the sad thing is? Stuff in the past that's happened to you, you thought was God punishing you. Whether you got sick, whether you lost a job, whether you got divorced, whether you had to file for bankruptcy, I don't know, bad things happen to all of us. Traumatic things even, death. But listen, it was never God punishing you. Because grace means He does not give you, well, let me back up. Let's throw mercy in at this point. Mercy means He doesn't give you what you deserve. Mercy, think of the court system. Think of the criminal before the judge. He deserves jail time. You've watched enough Law and Order to know that they appeal to the mercy of the court. What does that mean? Don't give me what I deserve. I deserve life in prison, but give me 30 years. Or I deserve the death penalty. Give me life. They know they're guilty. They're beyond that now. They know they've been proven guilty. Now they come to the judge, to the court, and they say, don't give my client what he deserves. We look to you, judge, to give him mercy. The mercy means this: you don't get what you deserve. And every single one of us, from all the bad things we've done, we deserve some type of penalty, ultimately death. Hell, if it wasn't for Jesus Christ. So think about this. Look at the things in the past you've done. You thought God was the one who did them. You actually thought God was the one who did this thing to you. And if it was God, then He'd be a merciless God. No mercy. But He's a God full of grace and mercy. Full of mercy, which means He's not giving you what you deserve. The devil's lying to you. Religion's lying to you when you think The bad stuff happening to you is God's judgment. God's not judging us. He judged His Son. So He's not judging us. Mercy means He's not giving you and He's not giving me what we deserve. Instead, He gives us grace. He gives us what we don't deserve. Grace is unmerited favor. He gives us things we don't deserve. Mercy is God not giving us what we do deserve. Now do you see? Now isn't that not a huge difference between the two? And yet the church, most people in the church think that those two are synonymous. And they're not the same thing. Mercy, I'm going to keep saying this because you got to get this in your mind. You got to renew your mind with it. Get it in your spirit. Get a revelation of it. God is dealing with you in mercy. Every day, He deals with you in mercy. Meaning this, He is not giving you what you deserve. He's not giving you what you deserve. In fact, He's dealing with you in grace as well, which means He is giving you what you don't deserve. On what basis? On the basis of Christ's merit. Christ came down here and He obeyed the law to the letter, thus removing it. See, Christ was the law incarnate. God pitched a tent in human flesh, called Him Jesus, and He was the law incarnate. And He fulfilled it to the letter. Thus, when He went to the cross, that law went with Him. And that law died on the cross when Christ died on the cross. So therefore, when God's dealing with us, He's not dealing with us according to law. If He was dealing with us according to law, He would give us what we deserve. And we would have to merit God through the works of the law. But the law is not something that God is relating to us through, or us relating to God through. He removed the law. Thus, mercy. He's giving us what we don't deserve. And mercy and grace is operating in our lives every single day. And thank God for it. If it wasn't for mercy and grace, my goodness, where would we be as a people? Bad things happen to you, would be God doing it. And you wouldn't hardly have any good things happening to you because you aren't that good of a person, and neither am I. The law proved that. If you think you have any amount of goodness, start obeying the law. Get back to the 10 Commandments and get back to the other 600 laws that are derived out of those 10 Commandments in the Old Testament and see how far you get before you fail again, falling short the glory of God. All have sinned and fallen short the glory of God. You won't get very far. You may get a day in. You may get 2 days in. You may, depending upon how moral you are or how much willpower you have, you may get a week in without sinning, and I really doubt that. I'm being kind. Sooner or later, you're going to have to go back to the judge, get on your knees, and cry out for grace and mercy. But you know what? You don't need to cry out for it, because through Christ and His finished work, it is freely given to you. He is not giving you what you deserve. That's mercy. In fact, instead, He's giving you what you don't deserve, and that is unmerited favor. He is giving you grace. Unmerited favor. Freely it has been given to you. Freely receive. There's a fascinating verse in Romans chapter 8 where it says, if He did not withhold His Son from us, talking about God, if He did not withhold His Son from us, what? For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. If He did not hold His most precious, prized possession, His Son, from us, will He not freely give us with His Son all things free? You know what free is. Freely it has been given to you. Freely receive. You don't have to do anything to earn it. It's unmerited favor.